Hey guys, it's Strife here. Coming to you actually live with a video recording. Finally, a video recording that's actually good. Not Naruto, thankfully, not exposing people for the noobs that they are when you win by 1%. But actually a video about a game that I actually enjoy a lot. I really like. Excuse me, I've liked it for quite a long time. At first I thought it was going to be a stupid idea, and then I actually played it and realized how amazing it is. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. This is a must-have game. Not because the characters they have now, but also because the characters are going to release in the future. I mean, if you look at it, you have classic characters going back, like Parappa the Rapper, Sweet Tooth, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Spike, Sir Daniel, the Fortescue. I don't know if you don't know him. He's from the original medieval games. I know a lot of people might not, unless you actually play games like I used to. I'm pretty sure a lot of my friends on Valor also did. Characters like that. You have Raiden, not necessarily Raiden that you know, but this is the newer Raiden from the new games. And you have Jak and Daxter, Heihachi Mishima. All this goes back. I mean, you have newer characters like Kratos, Fat Princess, General Radec. He's kind of old, but not really. Nathan Drake, both versions of Cole, the PlayStation mascot in Japan. You have the Sackboy, you have Nariko from the original, when the original PlayStation 3 came out, she was in Heavenly Sword. One of my favorite characters here, Dante and Big Daddy from Bioshock. But this game is amazing. It has a lot of cool features and a lot of stuff like that. That actually works out. Sorry about that. Someone came in. Oh, there. But it's really, really good. Especially when it comes to the differences in the characters. You have ranged characters like Drake, Radec. Who else is ranged actually in this? I'm sorry. Well, semi-ranged characters you have after that are Cole. Obviously, both Coles. Sackboy is actually, I don't know if he's ranged. I think people use him as range a little more than they should, but he could be considered ranged. He's a little bit of a ranged character with his Kakinator and some of the other attacks he has. Jak and Daxter are also a little bit ranged, as well as Ratchet. But either way, this game's amazing. So I'm going to start this off by giving you character tutorials, brief character tutorials. And the first one I'm going to start out with is my new, I guess, secondary main character. Because I'm trying to get good with him because he's one of the underused characters in this game. Not for bad reason, honestly. Despite the fact that I'm trying to use him, and I want to make him seem as good as possible, he's a horrible character altogether at this point in time because they made him way too slow. It's almost impossible to get setups or to do anything with him. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to show you guys his combat trial, and then I'm going to go ahead and walk you through a few different combos you could use with him. Is it combat trial or is it his move list? Oh no, it's not combat trial, I'm sorry. It's his tutorial. Sorry. Wrong thing. It's completed. Is not. So let me go ahead and show you guys it. I unlocked his dragon armor already. Pretty cool stuff. So I like him in his regular red. So let me go ahead. I'll show you guys what's going on with this. Some different moves with him and some different moves from other people as well. So yeah, just give me a second here. Let me pull this up. Let's go, Mr. Fortescue. Now, Medieval was a really good game. They remade it for PS3, but it was originally on PS1. I played it actually, I think, on both. The latest one I remember though was PS1 because I played it afterward. So he has a lot of moves. The hardest part about him is getting in for an attack. Not to mention his combo ability isn't very strong. That's the problem. You can do combos like, simple combos like that. But, I mean, it doesn't chain into things like some other characters would, like Dante, Nariko, people like that. His best attack, or one of them, is definitely his jab. Not because it's chargeable, but because it has range. Standing right here, I can actually hit him. And it knocks him down, which gives me a follow-up advantage. So regardless of the fact he's down, I can still hit him before he can block, 90% of the time. His sword spin is good for setups. I can spin, combo. And he has two different versions of the combos you'll see later. His sword uppercut's pretty good. It can lead into his level 1 hyper, actually. If you time it right. His air slam is pretty good as well. Not for much, but I mean, the good news about it is it gets them out of the air, I guess. I don't know. His downward attack is just a spin. It doesn't really get them out of the air, but it hits them and gives you a chance to throw your little stake arm thing. He has an air thrust just like on the ground. Again, it's not as good as on the ground in terms of range, and it's not chargeable, but it has pretty good range either way. He has a magic air spin, which is that one. It's the air version of that. It just knocks him, I guess, away. It doesn't really do anything particular. You can launch them in the air as well. His battle axe is good because it hits on comeback if you miss. Let me see if I can get him over here and show you. If you miss, it still hits on comeback, as you can see. So regardless if they're not expecting it, that's pretty good. His charge is that, or you can hold it and it goes longer. So as you can see, if you just press it, it'll stop like right there. But if you hold it, it keeps going. Now his hammer smash is good. Oh, wrong one. Knocks you into the air and leads to a U. Oh, wrong thing. Level 3 special. My bad. But it can lead into a level 1 special pretty cool, or pretty simply. His level 3 is pretty cool. It has a radius bubble. You just keep them in the bubble for a certain amount of time, and they blow up. This is guaranteed for a lot of kills if you actually know how to use it and do it at the right timing, depending on where all the other characters are, on the map around you. His magic bow freezes them in midair. It's electric, which leads to follow-up combos. He doesn't really have air combos, as I said, which is why I don't understand why they gave him that move. It's kind of useless unless you catch them right above the ground, then you can hit them. But if they're too high, the most you can do is knock them down if you're lucky. Even then, he jumps too slow, so it's not really easy to do. In the air, he also has a Axarang, which is what's called. It's his axe. It comes back. He can charge while he's in the air, which is a good thing. If you get knocked up, you're falling down, you need to get back, you can do the charge and get him out of the way. His air hammer drop, I believe, knocks him up higher than his regular hammer drop does. Yeah. Or does it? Let's see. No, not really. He has magic bow in the air, which does the same thing, but again, even though they're in the air, when you hit him with it, can't really do anything. One of his best attacks, actually I say all of his best attacks, that lead into combos, the specials, are his circle attacks. His magic shield gives him easier blocking. The problem is it's hard to roll when you have that shield out. It makes the timing for rolling more precise, because if you don't press it precisely, he just blocks. He doesn't actually roll. However, if you're blocking and you tap it, you can roll pretty simply, which is another good thing. But the shield does break after a certain amount of damage, so you got to be careful when you do that. To put it away, you just press circle again. He puts it back on the stack. Green hand, he takes off his head, it pops you down there. That's a good thing to do because or it's good to have because it knocks you, I guess, down. It stuns them essentially. And if you time it right, you can hit them with a special, depending on how tall the character you're fighting is. I've done it quite a few times actually. Get my specials back. Dragon Potion, this is a cool one because it burns them. And it builds your AP slowly, 5 at a time. So if you get everyone in here, actually, if you had every character in this stuff in the corner, just hitting them, comboing them while they're in the corner in the fire, your AP will build twice as fast, which is really cool, really useful. His drumstick toss throws the drumstick at you. It doesn't do much damage, it only gives you 10 AP. Not really worth it too much. His aerial golden shield, it just lets you take it out in the air. So you can block in the air on the way down. His green hand toss in the air. Oh, wrong one, that's Dragon Potion. He just drops his head from the air and it goes across the ground and still hits you. Aerial Dragon Potion is really useful when you're falling down. It doesn't really cause any knockback, that's the only problem, but it does build AP pretty well, which is a good thing. His air drumstick toss doesn't really do much. His grabs, they're sort of useful. I haven't actually gotten a chance to experiment with them in combat yet, but from what I can see, you can't really follow up much with them. You could follow up a level 2 with this though. Watch. I messed up kinda, but yeah. Now make sure they're right above you when you do it. Let's see if I can do that. No, you don't have time actually. Let's try the rake. It's a good move. It causes knockback. I believe if he's further from the wall, he might actually bounce off it, huh? Well, let's see. Nah, guess that's as far as he'll go. If you hit him the other way, though, he flies across the screen. If you hit a wall from there, he'd bounce off it. Let's see. No, that's as far as he goes. The Stomp is a really good one, just for AP building. Also, if they have AP, it knocks it out of them. That gives you the most out of all the scraps. It's definitely that one.
Prepare for pain.
His special lightning blast, it's angled up, which is the bad thing. Chalice of Souls is kind of hard to land. You have to be a certain distance away because of the angle of his souls. You can't control them. They just come out, which is kind of sad. I wish you could control them. That would make it a lot easier to do. Simply because you hit them a lot easier. The Anubis Stone is the one I showed you earlier. Probably his best special that I can see at this time, because it actually keeps them in a bubble and damages them a lot. As long as they're in here, they get killed. But it's a guaranteed set amount of kills as long as you aren't completely illiterate in moving your character. Bad news is if someone's in that and it goes out, it doesn't keep hitting them. It just goes out. Now, in terms of, as I said earlier, combo ability, he doesn't have much that he can do. So let me go ahead and show you a few things I've cooked up with him, which isn't much. I just started, but he doesn't have much that he can do, which is the problem, the main problem, as a character in a whole. I mean, if he was slow, but he could at least do combos, that would work. Or if he was slow and he could build AP faster, that would work too. But he doesn't have much. However, even though the majority of what I've told you today isn't necessarily good about him, that doesn't mean don't use him as a character. That doesn't mean don't use him as a character. He's really a good character. He definitely has his... Oh, I forgot to add someone. Okay, another good thing is I like how you can just add people through here. And they just pop up. Random character pops up right there, so you can do whatever you want in practice mode. It's really effective. But he's definitely a good character to use. In terms of infinites, not so much. He doesn't have much he can do. You can do that though, which works a lot because a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many characters do that. How many players online do that. Like when you hit them up, they'll jump back. The first thing I think, because they don't actually know how to play the game very well, so they don't do what they're supposed to dodge. The first thing I think is jump back like this. And when you jump back after you dodge roll, you get a brief moment of invincibility, but the chalice or the lightning strike hits you every time. So his main combo I use is that one, except it actually works most of the time. You hit him up, and then same combo except down. That builds quite a bit of AP. His combos can be followed up pretty simply if you do that, like I said. Hit him with that, and then just regular combo. They'll roll back again just like that and get knocked to the ground. His head really builds up on this because it allows you to hit them. Let's see. His Dragon Fire, you hit him up. Let's see, that one. Let's try that. So that'll work, if they flip back like that, of course. Which, let's face it, 90% of the time they will. If you come down with Zanvil... Oh. I got level 3 before I could do it. Dang it, oh well. But as you can see with the anvil, it knocks him straight up. You can, if you're close enough to a wall, you can get underneath him and catch him in with a level 2. Also, you begin hitting them with this almost immediately, which is a good thing. But again, as you can see, he's not 100% useful. Only bad thing is you can't throw items up or down in this game, which I don't like. You can't really angle all the items with, you know, the way they work. You can just... there's not much you can do in terms of that, which is, like I said, something I don't like about this game. Finally, something I don't like. Everything else I feel is pretty balanced except for him. I'm hoping, since they're doing a lot of patches, I know they did some with Sackboy, as I'll go over, you could, I mean, it's a possibility they could fix up Daniel a little bit to where he's more of a useful character. But otherwise, I mean, he's still pretty good. As you can see, that works as well. Even when the rollback, if you get hit flipping up with a special, you're going to get hit with that, the Chalice of Souls. But I always try to get more than one character with it, because the best thing in this game that you can do in terms of winning is make sure you hit more than one character with whatever you're doing, whatever special. The more kills you get, the better. It's every kill you get costs 2 points, or gets you 2 points, and every death you have only costs you 1. So 1 kill and 1 death, you're still going to be in the positive with a +1 advantage in terms of points. But I mean, like I said, Daniel's still a pretty good character, but that's all I have for him today, for you guys. I'm not the most advanced player with him yet, I'm still practicing, and I will definitely bring you more with him, because I plan on maining him regardless of his faults. I'm sure I can do well with him. But next up, I'll bring you another video, probably of Nariko, because she's one of my favorite, or better, so I said favorite, or worst, whatever, one of my better characters. But again, this is Untitled Chapter. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.